people it's noted that we gotta get this done.
We said that every meeting.
I know, that's my point. I know.
So then that brings us to review, possibly approve cemetery rates.
I'm not in a position to say anything about that.
I mean, Doug, you've looked into area rates, right? I mean,
Yes. We're higher than a lot of them around us. The only thing I changed on the rates since the last time was add an extra $10 on recording fees because they went up $5 a page.
okay.
So it's $30 now instead of 20. I don't know if I was allowed to do that, but I did it anyway.
I got one question on
Wait.
it. The grass foundation marker is $100. I don't know, what's that for?
Set it down in the ground. You'd have to dig a little hole and set it down in the ground. They're like military markers. They're not they're granite, and they're about 3 or 4 inches thick. So we dig a hole and set them down so they're level with the ground so they can mow over them.
Oh, is those old government plaques, gold, brass, bronze?
The bronze plaques, we set them in cement. And we charge for that.
Bruce?
So, Doug, this is your proposal, you've reviewed, and you're basically saying this is what you feel we should be doing, even though you know, and your feeling is that even though we are higher in cost, that we're still competitive, and this is, you wouldn't have obviously submitted this without feeling comfortable that this is the direction we should go.
Right, but I submitted all that information to you last fall. All the cemeteries I checked out, I wrote down how much they all charged, and that we were, the same or higher than most of them.
Yeah. So, but you feel that this is obviously this is your proposal, and you would like us to move forward with it.
Well, actually, it's the same as it's done for ever since I've been here.
But you're saying the recording fee needs to change to $30, right?
Just the $30 for the recording fees instead of 20.
Yeah.
We give a discount to veterans, but I don't give them a discount on the recording fees or the cornerstones.
Okay.
The cornerstones, if we gave them a discount, half price, that would be $130. We pay $150 for them, so I charge them $150 for them. Normally, it's $260.
Bruce?
So how does it work, Doug? If a person goes up and buys, so if they buy a lot, so say they have 4 graves, and they bought that for $2,390.
Right.
Okay. Then they pay on top of, at the actual burial, then they pay these rates too.
Yes.
Okay. Do any cemeteries have anything where, so does it happen where a person passes away, they call, they don't have a lot up there, and they want to buy a lot?
Yes.
And then they buy the lot, and then they pay that rate too?
Right. And if they buy a lot, it's $810, $815.
For one.
Right, for one lot.
Yeah.
And then if it's a full burial, during the week, we charge them another $450 or $700 on the weekend.
Yeah. So, so you get phone calls of a sudden death, and then they don't have a lot, but they want to put someone there, so they say, do you have any lots? You say, yes, it's $800.
Yeah.
Or if you want to buy a family. Now, do any cemeteries have anything where you get, because you planned ahead, because you gave us your money and you bought ahead, you bought, a cemetery lot, either one or all the way up to 10, did you get a different rate for the burial?
No, we charge the same.
Has that ever been considered?
Not that I'm aware of. I have had people that prepaid for their burials.
Yeah.
Like they got 3 cremations that are supposed to be bringing them up from Florida sometime this year, and they've already paid for the burials for those 3.
Yeah. I was just wondering if we ever could think of whether it would ever be where if you bought a lot, a plot, either 1 or up to 10, it basically, you're almost like taking care of, not totally, but you're taking care of the citizens of the town. Now, I think it's great that we do a veterans discount, but, if we had where you bought the lot, and then we gave you, if you pre-bought the lot, we give you a 25% discount or something, off the, because I don't know what, I look at those rates, and somebody obviously, we haven't changed them much, but it probably doesn't cost us $450 to be up there for a burial. I don't know, but have we ever done what the numbers would be, for something like that, or $700 on weekends? And people don't complain about it. They, what are you going to do? You need to do it. I don't know. I was just.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing to consider, because if they wanted to pay the burial rate now, save them from any inflation.
Right.
But would that be for anybody that goes in those lots?
Well,
Or
I would
just the one that
say.
bought it?
I would say the person. I would say the person who bought it.
Right.
I don't really. Because you can't go in and. I was just trying to see if there was a way. Because you can't really say a resident, because you can become a resident relatively quickly. So, but people that have lived here all their lives and they've made a decision to purchase a lot, burial lot, maybe we should give them something a little bit, on the actual burial. You're basically prepaying. I'm not even saying yours was different than what I was saying. I was saying you buy the lot, then when the burial comes on, we're going to give you a 25% discount, like we do the veterans, we give a 50% discount. Because all we're doing on this, if a veteran comes in and doesn't have a lot, they're still going to buy the lot, and we're just going to give the burial
Right.
reduction.
Well, we give 50% discount on the lot to a veteran.
Oh, is that 50 on a lot too? Yeah.
All of our services, they get a 50% discount.
Yeah.
But the thing with the 25% off, if they buy 10 lots, does that mean we get 10 different people 25% off, or
Yes.
just the person? Oh, okay.
No, I would say whatever, if you got 10, then every time there's a burial, you're going to get that. If you've got 1, you're going to get it that one time. I mean, I'm only saying that, I only thought that up because the citizens of the residents and the citizens of this town, they've paid a lot for our cemetery. We have a great cemetery. It's just, I'd like to, if there's a way to do something, we're already thankfully doing something for the veterans. Can we do something for, and we are assuming, I understand there's some assumption in there, that the person that buys the lot there has lived in the town for a period of time. It doesn't always happen, I understand that.
But here's the thing, a lot of the people that we bury are not the ones that bought the lot. One of their relatives bought it a long time
Sure.
ago.
Yeah. No, I understand, but
And they inherit it.
usually the person is living in the town. I mean, mean,
Right, I understand that.
you know, I understand people do show up here from other places, but they usually have some type of, there's a connection to the town. I mean,
If you vote on that and do that, I'll see to it they get a discount.
yeah. I don't know, maybe we need to think it through, I mean, but, and I threw 25% out, it could be 10, could be whatever you wanted it to be,
Right.
but,
I think we should have maybe a more accurate figure, if, maybe this is accurate, I don't know. But, because somebody's gonna make up the difference, the townspeople live in taxes or whatever. But we better be sure that.
You're also you're gonna make it on interest too.
We don't lose any
Interest is
money
good.
on a burial.
I mean,
Because to dig a full grave, it takes a couple of hours to dig it. And then it takes an hour or so to fill it back in afterwards. And the
So-
town digs it for us, so I don't know how much they charge.
I mean, it's probably costing you to dig, you know, with hourly and put it all away, I mean, probably costing you $100, maybe.
Or a little
Maybe
more.
125. I don't know, I'm guesstimating, but you got equipment usage too. You know, so say it's 200.
Yeah.
I'm sure, because we're already making it up somewhat for the veterans,
Yeah, you are.
you know.
Yes, you are.
And I think that's the right thing to do. I really do. I don't know, we don't give a lot of, the citizens of the town don't get a lot of different breaks, you know, the residents,
No, I don't.
you know, and this is kind of that last thing we're doing for them, you know, type of thing. I don't know. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that up, but this has nothing to do with cemetery. But I also feel that same way as far as our taxes are concerned. You know, the people that lived here a good many years should get a break on their taxes somehow. I know that wounded veterans used to get a tax break at one time. But that's, I guess, discontinued, but I think anybody that's lived 50 years here or something, or more in their life, they ought to get a break on their taxes, because we 95% of our taxes go out state, and we,
Out of town.
Out of town, yeah.
out of town, and we should be able to get some benefit out of it.
Well, I think at least on the school taxes or taxes, there is some type of, there's the homestead, so a lot of times those people are retired, they're gonna have a less, but I don't, the challenge with that is making sure that the state has to, you know, they always have their hands in that pocket, you
I know.
know.
But on the other hand, they tell me up in Alaska, they have so much oil, they don't pay any taxes up there.
I know they don't.
And what they do, they give them a refund. I'm thinking of.
Let me know how that goes.
Go ahead.
Just, Doug, on this lot price sheet, single graves, two graves, all these are set up for $200.
So on a lot price, the perpetual fund, so on 2 graves, so a husband and wife decide they're gonna get one, and is perpetual fund, that $500, so does that go into a separate account?
Yes.
Okay. And then the rest of the 840, to reach the 1340, the 840 is what goes to the actual lot, to get the lot.
Yeah, all except $30, that goes for the recording fees.
Okay.
And when I sell a lot, I have to have 2 separate checks because they go into separate accounts.
What does a perpetual fund, what does that cover?
Taking care of the grounds, and it used to say taking care of the monuments, but that's not on there anymore. Somebody took it out in 2006. I never could find out who did it. Before that, all the deed says that we had to take care of the monuments.
What I'm thinking of is that at one time I knew that it covered flowers up there, Memorial Day.
No, that was a different thing. That was called a flower fund.
That's a different fund?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Now, do we have to put in about the mausoleum, same as a regular burial, or does that have to be in the?
No, we can set that rate separate from the, because I don't think we know where we want to be on that
You
yet.
want me to wear my mask, Bruce?
It's up to you, Paul, what you want to do.
Probably you can't hear people with them on. So do we want to set those rates other than the perpetual care for the mausoleums? Or do we, Bruce?
I'd like to make a motion that we, I'd like to add to the internment charges in this discussion that if you have and I don't know the exact wording, we may need to get, but pre-purchased, pre-purchased a lot, cemetery lot, that you would receive a 25%, discount, however it's used, discount for internment charges. Now, I would be open, so that's a motion. I want to just mention that I would be open to, if the board decides that's the direction we want to go, leaving it up to the sexton and town manager to what the wording is, whether it's 30 days, you have to purchase it. There needs
Should
to
be a good
some-
grace period.
Yeah, there needs to be something, not that people aren't thinking, hey, I'm going to save 25% because someone's passing away and they're going to die within a week. They're not thinking that, but I don't know what the exact wording might be. Way to, like that. So that's my motion to accept these charges with the addition of that. Does that understand? Do you understand what?
Yeah, is that just for a resident or anybody that buys one?
I say anybody that buys one ahead of time. You can't really define whether it's
Right.
anyone, but if you make a commitment to buying a lot, we're going to give you this reduction when it comes to burial.
Because most of the time when we bury somebody, they've owned the lot for quite a while.
Yeah.
The only thing we're giving the elder staters a big break.
Well, are we in discussion? I got
Yeah.
a motion out there.
Yeah, actually, we should have a second before we discuss
Yeah.
it. We got a second so we can discuss it.
He needs a second, Bob.
I'll second it.
Okay, open for discussion.
You comment about I personally don't, there may be some like that, but I bet you let's add the sexton. Most people are residents that have been here that, purchased those lots. Is that correct?
Well, either that or they own property here.
Yeah.
A lot of them, they bought it, they used to live here and they've moved away, but they bought lots years ago.
Yeah.
I tell you, there's a lot of homes that are being sold to elder staters right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're getting outnumbered. There's no,
Most of the lots I sell are local people that are buying them. Or people that have lived here before and want to be buried here.
Yeah. I think it's the right thing to do.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
nay.
Ayes have it. Possibility to consider rates for perpetual care for mausoleums.
Brett, do we have that? Or are we gonna wait?
I think we wait, but originally Scott was gonna call in, but he said his phone wasn't working real well where he was, so.
I'd make a motion to table it.
Okay,
Second it.
all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Guys opposed, guys have it. New business. Just one thing Pam wanted me to bring up. Monday on September 21st at 5:30 PM, Ludlow Select Board will meet at Lemire Square Footbridge located on Andover Street in Ludlow to dedicate the footbridge in honor of Robert Gilmore. All attendees permitted to wear a mask, face mask, and maintain social distances. Anything else on new business? Other business?
What about that foundation I asked you about that's crumbling? Are we responsible for fixing it, or?
Kinda wanted to wait until next meeting if we could. See what we could do about it.
Yeah, I mean, if someone else put the,
Somebody else put it in, I don't see how we should be responsible for it.
I don't either. I think you gotta give them a monument company and then move on.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah, because the monument company's gone out of business.
I know, give them another one, yeah.
I mean, that or we could always offer to fix it, but it would, at that charge, be charged for it.
We don't want to be in the monument repair business. I wouldn't think.
Now, this is the foundation.
It's the foundation. We pour the
We do the
foundations. We pour the foundations.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
See, the
No,
only
we
one
pour a lot
before,
of
they used to let
foundations.
Austin Memorial do the foundations, and they went out of
I
business.
thought it said we didn't.
Well, we do pour the foundation, but Austin Memorial poured the foundation for this one.
Right.
yes.
I see. So we do pour the foundation for some.
Some, yeah, we do.
Is
We're
it,
responsible for those, I agree.
is it large, Doug, or regular
Um,
foundation, or?
No, it would probably cost her around $350 or so to have us fix it.
And we wouldn't lose money on that? I mean,
Huh?
that would cover
Yeah.
our labor?
I can tell her, see if she's willing to pay it myself, I'd just leave it alone.
Yeah. Just the edges are chipped or,
Who would
She's
do
an
the-
elderly lady and her husband's there, and,
No,
Who would
Louis,
do the repairing?
what's that?
Who does the repairing or something like that? Would we
Well,
have
if
to
she
hire
pays
somebody?
us, we'll do it, but we have to use the jackhammer to jackhammer part of it out and then pour a new foundation.
Would we do that ourselves?
We can,
And it still costs us around $300 or so?
yes. I had to have to measure the stone to know exactly how much it was gonna be, but I think the charge was $285, and then I'd have to find out how much it would cost to have it jackhammered out.
Were they a resident of ours or out-of-staters?
I don't know whether they lived here or not.
I would think if
The woman right now lives in Manchester.
they lived around here for a good many years, I think we would maybe pick that up. Because Austin is out of business now, you're gonna have to hire somebody.
We want to wait till the next meeting or what? I'm fine with making a decision, but
yeah.
I think we should wait.
Is she waiting for an answer?
She's waiting for an answer, yeah.
Yeah.
She's called me 3 times.
Yeah, I don't have a problem that we fix it, but I think we should charge her. We didn't put it in
we
the
didn't put
first
it in. I
place.
don't think we should. Yeah.
We should do the fee.
As I've asked people, and they can't just cap it because they said it won't stay.
Right.
And if they put that other stuff on it, they said it might last a year before it starts chipping again.
Oh, what's,
So I guess, if they're out of business, I would make a motion that we would, repair that at our regular fee, right, Doug?
See, I just didn't know whether that came under perpetual care or not.
No, that is a perpetual care. She did pay for perpetual care.
Well, everybody does that buys lots now.
Everybody does now.
Years ago, they didn't, but they do now.
Right.
Bruce?
With all due respect, you're the sexton, what do you think we should do?
I don't know, I really don't. I
What have you
think
done, what have you done in the past?
we've never had it happen before. But my feelings was if she's willing to pay for it, then we should do it for her, but
So that's your recommendation?
I would, yeah.
Okay. I'll second his motion.
Okay.
Who made the motion?
Bob,
You're supposed to, I'm listening.
any other discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, guys have it. Any other business? Set date for next meeting?
What is it? October what?
21, is it?
October 21, yeah, 21st.
Sure.
Sign warrant orders, I think
You're done.
they're done. No executive session, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Guys have it.
You know, in the last part of September, and I think the first part of October, I won't be around. For
Okay.
the simple reason, I'm having cataracts removed from my eyes.